here we go. It's part 3 of the Create a React App from Scratch live coding challenge that I invented for myself. Now, last time I ended with this error, and this is a good article that I found to deal with it. It's a CORS error, and I have dealt with this before, but it's been a while, so I forgot how I resolved it. But thankfully, this article helped refresh my memory. And I ended up using a proxy server. Let's see, set it to a proxy. And the way proxies work is, I did not realize this, that the access control allow origin only applies to client server. It doesn't apply to server. So a proxy server, you send your request to a proxy server, and then that server sends a request to the server, then it's server to server, so forget about the CORS thing. So that's how it works. It makes the request take a little longer, but I'm not too concerned about that for this app. It's not a production level app. So that's what I ended up using, this CORS Anywhere HerokuApp.com. And you just put it at the beginning of your request URL here, and then here's the actual URL I want the request sent to. And it works now. Here, let me get it running so you can see that it works. Gonna start my server. Okay, so here we are. Oh wait, command option. All right, and look at the console. Wow, that's really tiny. Can I make that bigger? Yes, I can. Yay! So you guys can see it too. I can see it. I want you guys to be able to see it. Okay, so I got an object. Let's see what happened. Success results an array with one item that is Supergirl. Here we go. So I have some data. Yay! Now that I know I'm getting the data, I can start doing stuff with it. And the first thing I want to do, like, I wasn't going to console log the data. I was actually going to set it as character info in state. And then from there, I can use it in my app. First, before I do that, though, another thing I did a little refresher on was the try catch and async await syntax, because this is kind of the oldie goldie way of doing promises syntax, and I've recently been using try catch blocks for error handling and also async await for promises. So and this is an excellent article I found. It's just exactly what I needed. I love finding articles that are exactly what I need. And in this case, he uses component did mount, and I'm using hooks instead. But see, here we have exactly what I have been doing in use effect instead of component did mount. But what I want to do is go down. What I want to do, first of all, is this try catch block for error handling, because I am going to display an error if there's an error. But here's something I did not realize. Let's do this. I went down a little further, and here we go. I did not realize this, that fetch only rejects a promise if there's a network error, and if there's 404 or 500, you'll see no errors, so you have to check the response object. So you will need to throw, which is going to happen in my case, because like if you search for a character that doesn't exist in the database, it's going to return, the response is going to be an error. But that is not a network error. So this is exactly what I want in my try catch block. Now, another thing that I mentioned last time, and I was really upset about, is that none of my shortcuts were working, you know? So I looked into it, and there's an extension in VS Code that I, when I transferred to my new computer, I did not install this extension, and it's just ES7, here it is, React, Redux, GraphQL, React Native snippets, and they are amazing. I mean, there's lots and lots of snippets, but the ones I was talking about, actually, let me just demonstrate. I'll just demonstrate a few because they're amazing. So watch this. So for example, say I want to console log character name, but I want to be able to see it. Okay, just watch this. So if I just want to do console log, I do CLG, and it has the object, and I say what I want it to be. But something I like even better is CLO, which is this, and then it appears in the console with a little label next to it. So that's an example of a shortcut. Here's another example. Watch this. Trike becomes a try-catch block. It's so beautiful. So those are the shortcuts that I was missing last time. Like, where are my shortcuts? Oh, but my most favorite one, actually, I mentioned I might need a modal component. So I'm gonna say, call this selection modal, because if there's multiple characters with the same name, you're gonna have to select which one you're trying to look for. So I'm gonna create a new thing here, and now I can show you my ultimate shortcut. RAFCE. Watch this. Ba-boom! It creates an arrow function component with the name and the export default with the name, and it's just wonderful. Just love it. So much less typing. I'll go ahead and save that. That's fine. Now, where am I? I'm making a try catch. Now, something I also realized, like right now I'm just doing my fetch in use effect, which means it's going to happen right away. But once I get my search bar in, it's going to happen when I click a button. So I could do that now, or I could do that later. I'm just going to continue with it in use effect for now, and then I'll create a function. No, because I want to be able to test it. So I'm actually going to write a function right now that is an async function. Get character. That's going to be an arrow function. And oh yeah, you put the async here. And then to do this, you create a variable. Do you use what? No, const. See, I usually use const unless I know that it's something that's going to be changed. Right. So what am I going to call it? I'm going to say, is it just some arbitrary name? It's response. Yeah, that makes sense. Response. That's what I call it here too, response. So I'm going to wait fetch. I'm going to wait this. Whoops. Too much space. Okay. I'm using this as my cheat sheet. I like having cheat sheets. Sometimes I use my own past projects as cheat sheets because I'm like, wait, I've done this before. I'm going to look at how I did it before and use that as a reference, especially since I understand my own code better than many examples and articles and such. Okay, so I've got this, and then I'm going to do catch error. Oh, but this is what I want right here. I'm actually going to copy paste. Ba-boom. And it's funny because I've used this in other projects as well. And until I read that article, I never really understood why you needed that if you were throwing an error anyway, you know? I don't have my try catch block though. I need my try catch block. I'll do it again because it's fun. Yes. And then all of this is going to go up here. There we go. In the try. And then this I'll just do, oh, here we go. CLG. Error. Okay. So I've got async and await, and I've got the try catch with the error. What I don't have is what am I going to do with the response once I've got it. Oops. So I'll do this. So anything I do after this, if this condition right here, it's not going to run if this condition is true. So yeah. So if the response is not okay, in other words, then it's not going to do whatever I intended to do with the response, which in this, well, now I can't use this reference. Now I just have to write my own code, which is just fine. That's what I intended to do anyway. And what am I going to do? What did I do down here? I said I'm going to, oh, I didn't do what I wanted to do. I'm going to say take the response and set character info, response. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's see what, oh, well, now I have this crazy thing here. I'm just going to get rid of this guy. Now it's going to have trouble if I try doing this. So now I have this function, which is not called anywhere. That's why it's all dark, because it's not, I'm not calling it anywhere. So I'm just going to put in a little button. Let's do it right under here, okay? Button. I got to import this here from React-Bootstrap. Here it is. Okay, on click. Okay, I had to remember because in React Native it's on press, so you don't really click things, you press them with your finger. Okay, on click, I'm going to do get character. Okay. I suppose I need a title for that button, actually, now that I think about it. It's not going to even say anything. Okay. Get character. Very creative naming. Let me see what my errors are here. Oh, just the unused, yeah, the unused variables that I defined. Yep. Okay. That will disappear soon enough. All right, so now I have a function, and I have a button to call the function. So let's see, where's that button? Wait, didn't I save it? Maybe it's not title. See, buttons in React Native are title. See, I've been working in React Native too much. Is it name? Yeah, maybe it's name. Okay. Nope. Okay, help me out, guys. When you've got a button, oh, like, here we go, components. Oh, so basic, Variant. Oh, I see, it's not self-enclosing. In React Native, the buttons are self-enclosing. Okay, that's what I got. All right. This is so good I'm doing this, because I do not want to forget how to make web apps. I don't. Okay, now I will do a closing tag, and now it should work. There we go. Now let's see what happens. Ba-ching! Nothing happened. Ugh. So why is nothing happening? Let me just do something here. Let me just console log hello, just to make sure that it's calling. Okay, so it is calling the function. It is calling the function because it's making it to this block. So why is the fetch not happening? Await fetch. Oh, wait a minute, because there should be a response JSON, right? Okay, oh yeah, here we go, JSON is what I want. That's interesting that there's just nothing though. Okay, and response, okay, all right. But then this guy is going to be JSON. Let's see if that makes a difference. That's strange that it's just nothing, though. Still nothing. Well, I mean, I know it's making it here. We don't, okay, so I'm going to put another console log in here. CLO this time. I'm going to say response. See if that does anything. No. Okay. Oh, wait. It was just delayed. It was delayed because of the proxy server. Okay, so I have response. So this is the response. And now, so I know that's working. Let's see if so now, JSON. Whoops. Hey, where's my happy dandy thing? Ah, yeah. So now I'm going to console log JSON. Okay, great. So I get my response and it's success. I mean, I know that it's success. So now the question is whether this thing is stopping it. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's wrong. It was working just fine. It was working just fine. But the problem is, look at this. I'm setting state, but I'm not displaying it. So no, of course, nothing's happening. Okay. All right. So this is what I need to do is I'll just console log character info. That's what's wrong. It was working, but I just wasn't displaying anything. That's the problem. My goodness. Beep. There we go. Character info. And it did this twice. I mean, it did it because I didn't do it in use effect or anything. So, yeah. Okay, so it is working. Character info is now in state. I just was not displaying anything, so I'm like, why isn't it working? Yeah, it was working. Oh man, this is so good for me. So I'm getting rid of this hello. I know this is working now. Awesome. I just need a place to display some character info, basically, is what we're talking about. But the fetch is working. There is a slight delay that we saw there, which is okay. If I even want to, I can have some UI saying searching, or have a little spinner or something in case it takes a second or two. Yeah, that's fine. So now we got that working. We got a function. Awesome. What's next? We want to start displaying stuff, right? So, I mean, right now we just got a little whatever. So let's do some React-Bootstrap and get this at least centered, because that looks really bad. Yeah, and I did do a little refresher on React-Bootstrap, and I'm so glad I did, because there's a vital step that I forgot, and it is in even the setup. And see the getting started, so I installed it, and then you import whatever component you want to use. But way down here, it says you also have to include this in your index.js or app.js file, which I didn't do, and it wasn't working at all. So I'm glad I looked into that instead of having to do it in front of everyone. Yeah, so in the index.js file, I just included that there, and then it just started working just fine. So that's what we'll do. Now, right now, I already have a container here, and apparently I have a button as well. But the other basic things are row and column, because it uses Flexbox, and it's like a 12 point grid system, just like Bootstrap. It's Bootstrap, basically. React Bootstrap. So I want this to be in a row, this title. And I want the row to have class name. Oops. What is it? Justify content. I think it's MD center for medium size screens. There we go. And it centered it. Hooray! Now I could do the same thing for button and search bar and for character card and search bar. Now I can either do a row here, or I think I can do a row in the component itself. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Where am I going? Here I am. Let's take this guy and go to the search bar. The search bar is the next thing we're gonna, well, okay. That's a good question. What do I want to do first? Do I want to display the info I actually have already, the data I have already, or do I want to create a way of getting more data? I did say that in this episode, I would start displaying some data. So I think that's what I want to do. But first, I want to see if this, oh, I don't care about this right now. I want to see if doing a row, whoops, don't do that, in the actual component is a good way of doing it. Class name is going to be same thing, justify content center. How does that work? Yeah, works out just fine. Yeah, very nice. Okay, let's do that the same here. This guy. And this guy. And this guy is a row. Okay, so now these are all rows. I'm not going to worry about this button because it's not even going to be there. I'm not even going to have it there. It's going to be part of the search component. So who cares about the button? Now, but the character, so if I want to display some data, I need to do this character card here. That's where I'm going to display the data. So first I have to pass state down so I can start working with it, because it is a child component. So here's the character card, and I'm passing down character name. No, I'm not. I'm passing down character info. Yes, get it straight. Character info is going to be character info. Okay. And then if this was TypeScript, I'd be getting an error right now. But I'm not, because it's not TypeScript. Okay. Okay. I'm getting character info as props, and let's do this. First of all, I want to know again what the structure of the data is. Oh, right, I'm not displaying it anymore. Okay. Let's just do a console log then. Whoops. So I can see it. All right. Character info. So I'm going to do character info dot results. So I don't have to pass all of character info down to this component. I only want to pass down what I actually need in it. So I'm going to refactor a little bit here. So I need character info dot results bracket 0 and what do I need? Well, okay, that's what I'll do, bracket 0, and then everything else from there I'll have. So that's what I'll pass down instead. of the entire thing. Yeah. So character info dot, what did I say? Results bracket 0. Okay. Dot results 0. There. That's what I'm going to pass down. So now, whoops. Yeah. That's because it doesn't exist. That's because it's undefined until I click the button. That is why it is undefined until I click the button. So, hey! Oh, context API instead of prop drilling. Yes, that is a great strategy. I only have 3 components in this app, so so I think it's the prop drilling isn't going that far. So, but yes, if there were more components, that's definitely a great way of passing props around a React app. Hey, Adrian, good to see ya. The problem is it's trying to console log something that's undefined. That's the problem. So, I mean, if character info, I think that's the problem, then I'll console log. Will that solve my problem? No, it won't. I see, because the error isn't in the character card. The error is in the app here. So, yeah. So here's what the real question is. Okay, here's the real question. In the UI, what do I want to display? Let's just forget about this right now, okay? Let's just get rid of this because I want to talk about what we want to do when the user first arrives on the page. Because my plan, once they search for a hero or villain, I want the result displayed here, right? On a card. But what is it going to display when they first show up on the website? Because they haven't searched for anyone yet, right? So that's the main question. It's got to be something totally different, which means I'm going to do a conditional render. Let me just draw a little picture here. Okay, let me go to Excalidraw again, because this is a case I did not even think about when I was planning out my app. Excalidraw. Let's draw some more fun pictures. Oh look, it even saved the pictures that I drew in my plan. Aren't they lovely? Okay, but can't I go down? Oh yeah, here we go. I can go, like, you can go wherever you want on this thing. It's pretty amazing. It's like an endless whiteboard. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like when there is character info in state. If there's no character info, what do I want to do? No character info. I'm going to say, here's my screen, and I'm going to say there's a search bar, and there's a title. Oh, I could just copy my title. There's a search bar, and there's a title. And maybe I should have some instructions. No, that could be the placeholder in the input field. The placeholder in the input field could be search for a hero or villain. You know. So that's basically all it could display until there's character info in state. So they know. They have to search for a hero or a villain. Okay, so this is something I was missing in my original design, is the case, what happens before they search for a character? So let's do that right now. So I'm not going to display their character card. I'm only going to display the character card if there's character info. Otherwise, I'm only going to do the title and the search bar. So let's do that. Character info, question mark. Display.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Live coding. Live coding. Oh, Siri. Oh, you're so friendly. Okay. So, I think this should work. Is there character info? If there is, you're going to display the component character card. And if there's not, you're not going to display anything. You're only displaying this stuff. So, let's see what that does. Where am I going? Where's my app? Here it is. Oh, there we go. That worked. Now what happens if I do this? That should have set character info. Oh, there we go. I didn't click it right or something. Okay, so that's what we want. So now I shouldn't get that error that I got before. Okay, so now I should be able to do what I was trying to do before, which is dot results and then bracket 0. Right. Dot results 0. And didn't I do a console log there, or do I still not? Character card. Oh, I did do a console log, but I also added this thing here because I want to see what the character info is now. So here I go, ba-boom. I thought I clicked it. Is it really taking a long time, or what? Get character. Well, this literally just worked like a moment ago. Refresh. You guys are witnesses. It worked a moment ago. I'm gonna restart my server. Yeah, but nope, something's not working. Character info. Let me look at this again. Character info is going to be character info dot results. Let's just do straight character info because that's when it was working, right? Nope. What else did I change that could have broken it? Oh, there was this if thing. Let me just undo whatever I did because it was working a moment ago. Check the network tab and make sure you're getting a data. Network tab, of course. See, this is the network thing is something I did not learn about until I suppose it was a few months ago. Yeah. But still, I went over a year without doing the network tab. Oh, look, Supergirl. Isn't that nice? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, failed. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so Request headers, response, failed to load response. So it doesn't tell me why though. Yeah, so, yep, I'm sorry guys, it was working a moment ago. This is really strange. This is another one of those ones that I might have to make my homework assignment because, oh wait, now I'm getting errors. See, it didn't even have errors before. Failed to fetch. Well, I like errors. Errors are so much better than nothing. Okay. CORS policy again. What? So why am I getting another CORS error if I'm using a proxy server? See, now it has the whole URL here. And it failed. Type error, failed to fetch. Another CORS error. Man, I just wonder if there's a limit or something. I wonder if there's a limit to how many calls you can make in a certain period of time, because sometimes I run into that with APIs. I've been doing this for about over 40 minutes now, so I'm gonna say call it a night. It's just, and I'll just end every session on an error. How about that? I'll just end it on an error. Console log the error from the response in fetch. CORS won't flag on that. Ooh, I need smart people to be watching my live streams. That's what I need. Okay, so so console log the error from the response in fetch. Okay. You mean in this block here? From the response in fetch. Yeah, response. So console log response.error, in other words. Okay, let's try that. See what they say. I mean, it says it's a CORS error, so that's one thing, but woo. All right, let's see. Oh, response.error undefined. Oh, you know what? Now it's working. So it's something going on. It's something going on the server side. Like in this case, like I guess my code is fine. It must have been an error with like the proxy server or something. If I was getting another CORS error like that, then it must have been an error with the proxy server, possibly. That's the problem, is when you're working with code that's out of your control, which happens quite often when you're working on more than just personal projects, because you're usually working with a whole team and everyone's got their own little piece they're working on. So whenever there's an error, it might be your code or it might be somewhere else. So anyway, it's working again now, but it's 45 minutes, but I still want to see it work. That's just so aggravating that happened. Let's just try to get this in here, guys. And this is the problem with coding, is it can go on and on and on. This is why people pull all-nighters and all that good stuff, because it's just addictive. You just have to keep going until you get stuck. Okay, so now let's see what happens. Come on. The fact that it's taking so long too is telling me something's going on the back end, because it wasn't taking this long before. And I definitely need something in the UI to say that it's loading. Oh, see, there, it happened. Yeah, if it's going to take that long, I definitely need something to say that it's loading. It's just not good. Okay, so there's the character info I want. Hooray! Oh, wow, it's like pulling teeth to get stuff done around here. So that's what I want. We're good. Wow, I did a lot of coding with no commits, actually. Git add, so let's just stop this here and do a commit and say, what did I even do in this one? I create, what did it call? Get character function and pass state as props to character card component. Sure, that's what I did. Ta-da! Okay, that's it for tonight. I'm going to do a little more research about proxy servers or why it could be doing that error that we found, because if I run into it again, I want to know how to deal with it or make sure it doesn't happen. Otherwise, if it continues working, then I can start displaying the data on a card. So that's good.